Hello, my fellow lovebirds, or our friends riding solo this season. We are here for a Valentine's special. Cupid is out shooting his arrows at everybody and everything, and some of you are doing great to avoid. And some of you are wishing you couldn't avoid. Some of you are trying to make as big a target as you possibly can be, and are still being avoided. Somehow. You know, this would make more sense if it was like the Cupid that's on Supernatural.
Yeah.
That guy was hilarious. Anyway, I come to you with a few tips, and do not in any way mistake me for an expert, because I'm in no position to be an expert. And we have a novice here who has just recently actually gotten herself a boyfriend, as of last night. She's thinking out of the chair. She's gonna fall out of the chair.
I almost fell. I think that chair broke.
This lovely little creature is her newest addition, along with those flowers from her wonderful man Pedro, who has been pursuing her for how long? How long has Pedro been trying to date you?
I don't know.
Like 5 shades of red over here.
Luckily, with the lighting so bad, you can't see it.
Well, anyway, Pedro has pursued her for quite some time, I know of, and she finally agreed to date him just last night. So anyway, I guess that would be our first tip. Pursue them. Always, forever, pursue the one that you care about. When you're first starting to date, pursue them then. You've been dating for a year, pursue them then. You've been dating or married for 100 years, still pursue them like it's the first day. That is the very first tip. That's probably the best tip you could possibly get. You know what? I think this video's done. No, seriously, I have more. I have a list. Because that's what I do.
They're asking us.
I tried to quiz my teenagers. That didn't work. Okay, if you are the type of person who likes to do research, I got 2 books for you that I have read, and they are Christian novels, but even in the secular realm, they are still good books. Even if you take that part out of it, these 2 books are very good tips. Men Are Like Waffles and Women Are Like Spaghetti. That is a very funny way of putting how men and women are different. And as well, all of you know, there are no shades of just black and white here. There are shades of gray when it comes to men and women and different personalities. What?
Another book reference.
Book reference. We'll get to that later. And then the 5 love languages. Now, it breaks it down to different ways that people speak to each other about love. Like, one of the love languages is words of appreciation. It's showing someone that you appreciate what they did. So if I am someone who speaks that love language, that means anytime someone wants to talk to me in my love language, they would have to show me words of appreciation. And the problem is not everybody speaks the same language, and this book kind of goes through all of that. So it's kind of like figuring out the love language of your lover, and then figuring out your own love language and learning how to speak to each other so you can fill up each other's love tank. But yeah, that's 2 books that I recommend. They're both on Amazon. And this one kind of seems very, very ridiculous to have to say. Know what they like and what they don't like. I mean, that really goes without saying, but some people are just so hard-headed. If your woman is the kind of woman that's likes diamonds and flowers and roses and stuff, then, well, I guess that's what you gotta get them. If your woman is the kind of woman that wants video games and skull and crossbones chokers and, well, that's what you gotta get her. Or find out what their favorite restaurant is, even if it's not the most expensive restaurant in the land. Maybe they just like McDonald's. Get them an extra large fry. Oh, and don't be one of those type of people who waits until the day of, what do you want? Christmas and Valentine's are both like this. Do not wait until the day of, and then ask them what they want. If you listen. So I guess that would probably be a very good other tip. Listen.
Listen to them.
Listen. If you're walking around the store together and they say, ooh, I like this, or, oh, you know, we could really use one of these. In the back of your mind, keep a mental tab of the things that they're saying. Or if you really are kind of horrible with memory, write it down. A running list all throughout the damn year.
And then when it hits one of those holidays, go up there and buy something that they said something about.
Exactly. It's really not that hard, because I will go to, I don't know, I'll go to Amazon and I'll be scrolling through stuff and I'll be like, look at this. And if anybody listens, they know what I like. But if you don't listen, obviously you don't know. So listening would probably be the second tip, and that also kind of goes hand in hand with gifting. Spice it up. If you are in a relationship for 5 minutes, or if you are in a relationship for 20, 30, 50 years, you have to learn how to spice it up. And by spice it up, I don't mean, I don't always mean bring out the handcuffs.
Oh, God! Don't bring out the furry handcuffs.
The furry handcuffs. What I mean is change it up. Don't let things become stagnant. If you're in a relationship, it's easy to get into a groove, and sometimes that groove is very comforting, especially to people with maybe a little bit of OCD who wants things in a certain way. That yes, that would be a comfort, but at the same time, spice it up. Women, my advice to you is because we all go through periods where we are dry and there's no creativity going, there's just nothing. But I've got bills, I've got work, I've got kids, I've got 5,000 other things that have to be taken care of, and you asking me for one more thing is just one more thing on my plate, and it becomes a chore. Mm-hmm. And some of you women will understand exactly what I meant by that. If you're a teenager, you probably won't know for about 20 more years. So you have to figure out a way of thinking sexy. And what I mean by this is find things that inspire you, shows that inspire you. No, I do not mean porno. Porn's for guys. Mostly. I say that because guys are usually very visual. Women, it's mostly, you have to arouse the mind. And for a woman who wants to keep a hold of that part of her that makes her a woman, a hold of the part that drives her, you have to figure out a way of triggering that within yourself. And there's a lot of ways this could be taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it as PG as possible. Okay, on a side note from that, men, women, your partners, whoever it is, because everything goes every different ways nowadays, you need to figure out a way of making your partner feel powerful and sexy. And by that I mean, if they feel sexy, if they feel powerful within themselves, then they are inherently more spiced up for your relationship. That's about as PG as I can get it. If you have any issues, there's a whole site called literotica.com, literotica.com. I used to do some editing for them a short period of time. Anyway, you didn't know that.
No, anyway. There's something new. You always learn something new about each other every day.
The closeness that is here. Anyway, there was a 50 Shades of Grey boom for a little while. I recommend the first novel. I don't recommend the other two. To me, when she tried to null him down, that kind of killed the whole series for me. There's a lot of books out there. You just have to kind of find your genre, your type. Oh, one I go back to. Dark Taste of Rapture. Gwen, yeah, there we go. Anyway, that's a book I always go back to because 50 Shades of Grey is too vanilla for me. So, shh. Anyway, yeah, I'm moving on because that's getting awkward really fast. Make your partner laugh. A lot of people have got very good sense of humors. My husband has learned the hard way that I have got a very cheesy, sarcastic sense of humor.
We've lived with it, so we know it.
Yeah. So, if he could ever match me on my cheesiness, that's like a great day. That is such a great day.
He's done it a few times.
And I occasionally match him on his wit and his type of humor, and that's a great day too. Make a good start. This was actually brought up to me by somebody else, and I don't mean make a great start as in the relationship, which, yes, obviously your first impression is always the best impression. That's the one they're going to remember. But what I mean is start early. If you want to have a great night, start that morning. Talk to each other, hint at what might be coming, and keep it as light as possible. That way you can progress it throughout the day. That's what I mean by make a great start. And that all goes underneath the spicing it up part. Speak highly of each other. Do not go to your friends and talk about your partner behind their back. You always have that one friend that you're probably going to go to with your problems so you can actually talk out the issue. And it will be that one friend that says, okay, you're just being a bitch that day. That's the friend you probably should talk to. Not the one that's going to accuse your partner of everything, but the one that's actually going to call you out when you really and truly just were out of line. And realize and curb each other's moods. And by that I mean, well, we all go through mood swings. It's a natural part of life. It's a natural part of your day. Blood sugar goes up, blood sugar goes down. Women, definitely. And men have those moments too. Sometimes I would say that they're actually worse than a woman's mood swings on occasions. And you have to learn to recognize those swings in each other and find the best way to approach bringing them back out of it. And I don't mean by walking up to your partner and saying, sweetie, you're on your period. Do you need some chocolate? That is not what I mean. Even though chocolate would be great, you know, put them inside a room with a good movie, throw some chocolate in, shut the door, and all of you and the kids just walk away for the day. That would probably be great. But just walking up and saying, you're being a bitch because you're on your period is probably not the best way.
That's a good way to get yourself backhanded.
That's a good way to get stabbed while you're sleeping. It's also a good way to really piss them off. So if you're looking to piss somebody off, well,
there you go.
Yeah. And know each other's hobbies and pet peeves. And by that I mean get involved in each other's hobbies and try your best to avoid their pet peeves. Or in mine and my husband's case, we like to figure out each other's pet peeves and irritate the shit out of each other. Mostly him irritating the shit out of me. But he does it in love. Sort of. Okay, those are my completely disconjointed tips. And there's really not any tips in there. That is probably everything you have ever learned from every romance novel and every romantic movie ever filmed. Ever. Oh, and if you do watch a romantic movie with your partner and your partner starts tearing up a little bit at some scene, leave them the fuck alone. Let them enjoy the moment. Do not look over at them like... Exactly, because you're going to get that kind of response. That is so irritating. I'm like, in the moment, don't look over at me like, aw. It's irritating.
Good way to get slapped.
It's a good way to take somebody out of the moment in the movie. And you just kind of killed the whole mood. Okay, if you have any tips on relationships, as awkward and backwards as they may be, because I know mine are awkward and backwards and pretty self-explanatory, actually.
Yeah.
List them down in the comment section. Let's see if we can bounce some ideas off of each other. And by bounce ideas off of each other, I mean things like, me personally, I hate roses. Oh my God, I hate roses.
I actually like them. I love them.
She loves roses. Why? Me? Because roses are given for every damn thing. If a guy forgets whatever it is he was supposed to do, he brings you home roses and everything's okay. No, it's not. I don't like roses. I like orchids. That's just me. Why do you like roses?
I haven't really found a flower I actually enjoy yet. I actually haven't. I just like receiving roses.
Novice. But, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to get your face all up in the middle of that. Anyway, there was a time when I liked roses, but then it became more of I want them to think more about it. For me, a gift means more if it's thought out rather than the price tag that goes on it. Yeah. Purple bear, purple hair. But yeah, that's just, that was my Valentine's gift to all of you. Sort of. This was more or less me not really knowing what to do for Valentine's Day other than offer up my really weird and disconjointed advice from someone who really can't give advice to anybody about relationships at all. At all! And that's as far as I'll go on that one.
Okay.
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 Okay, and if my husband by chance watches this, I love you. All right, y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful 5 o'clock somewhere. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you going to come out of there so we can do this video?
Oh god, I almost snorted.
Don't snort. Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't want to pressure you. You seem like you're having a hard time coming out from behind that teddy bear.